the so-called conscious community is finally outraged. Well, I'll call it fake outrage. You know, I'll get into that, to the reason why this is so fake. They have fake outrage towards Brother Polight. Now, what Brother Polight is accused of doing is running scams through offering services and charging people for services as far as getting their correction status, their UCC paperwork filed, so-called getting free homes and land and real estate. You know, the last 4-digit scam of your, you know, your social security numbers tied to some type of fake bond at the IRS or, you know, the government, and they owe you $50,000 and whatnot. So all of a sudden, even though this scam has been being played and remixed and ran in the conscious community for the last 20, 30 years, they're upset at Brother Polight. And they're supposed to be this dusty tribunal. And the reason why I'm calling it dusty is because the so-called elders know that this UCC, this status correction bullshit, this freaking social security numbers tied to a bank at the U.S. Treasury, you know, this sovereign status movement is all bullshit. And Brother Polight is not the first person to ever run this hustle. And they know it, but for some reason they're upset at Brother Polight. And I'm going to share with you the reason why they're upset at Brother Polight. The reason why they're upset at Brother Polight is because now the conscious community is no longer making money off of Brother Polight. Brother Polight went Hollywood with his shit. You know, instead of selling incense and body oil and black soap and I Am God Part 5, and there's nothing wrong with that. I support those brothers. You know, I buy soaps and incense and body oils. Instead of Brother Polight selling out a quarter of 125th and Malcolm X, he's now in LA, he's in Beverly Hills. Instead of sitting on Sonetta's couch, he's now sitting next to Jack Nicholson at Lakers games, front row seats. You know, he's allegedly living in a mansion in Beverly Hills. You know, and the conscious community can no longer make money off of him. So they're claiming that he's scamming people, which he is scamming people. But you guys knew this whole time that what Brother Polight was presenting has always been a scam. So why the outrage all of a sudden? You know, the minute someone steps on the scene and says they got UCC paperwork, correction status, and all this other nonsense, you know it's a scam. Because they never have anything tangible to show that you can actually get from filing all this paperwork. If that's the case, if this UCC status and you know, status correction and, you know, social security numbers connected to the U.S. bond treasury situation, they owe you money. If that shit works, why is Harlem being gentrified? Once you guys use all this shit and buy up all the real estate in Harlem, okay, buy the Apollo Theater so you don't have to rent theaters to have your debates, you know, buy out Whole Foods and all these other businesses on 125th and Malcolm X or in Harlem, instead of having to use tents and sell your books. Why don't you own anything? Why can't you show anything tangible? So you know that Brother Polight is not the first person to run this scam and will not be the last. But for some reason, you guys allow it to be ran and played. And you know it's some bullshit. You guys never call anybody out on it. But all of a sudden, you want to call out Brother Polight. And like I said, the reason why is because the majority of these sovereign status, UCC, status correction individuals, they can never make it out of 125th and Malcolm X. It's that crab in a barrel mentality. Brother Polight made it out, now everybody is fake outrage. But the other crabs that are still on 125th and Malcolm X, you know, preaching this bullshit, there's no tribunal for them. But for some reason, you want a tribunal for Brother Polight. That's why this is the Dusty Petty Tribunal, because these so-called elders knew that Brother Polight has been running this fucking hustle for the past 7 years. And before Brother Polight, you have brothers running this hustle fucking for the past 20, 30 years. And you have absolutely zero results, nothing tangible to show for it. Because of this so-called status correction, you know, my social security number is connected to a U.S. bond treasury, correction status, UCC, get real estate for free because you're a sovereign citizen. So go squat in a house and you won't be arrested, but you are arrested because you can squat in a house, claim sovereign citizenship in the house, and they can't remove you. Exactly my point. That shit makes no fucking sense. If that shit was real, again, why are black people being gentrified out of Harlem? Why don't you guys own any real estate? And then why did the likes of Dr. Ben and John Henry Clark die poor? So you guys knew this whole time that this was some BS, but the only reason why you want to go after Brother Polight is because he went Hollywood with it, and he left 125th and Malcolm X in Harlem and went to Hollywood and became the first celebrity of the conscious community, and you guys can't take it. Again, that crab in the barrel mentality. You know, I do not support Brother Polight. I don't agree with them. But again, you guys allowed and watched the scam be ran, and now all of a sudden you guys want to play like, you know, it's just hurting your conscience that Brother Polight was running this scam and scamming people. Knowing damn well the minute somebody opens up their damn mouth talking about some UCC status, it's a scam. And you guys know that, and you guys are smarter than that. That's why whoever these elders are that are partaking in this is the dustiest, pettiest shit I've ever seen in my life, because you know damn well that this is a scam. You knew this whole time, from Sonnetter, you know, to everybody that participated and gave Brother Polight a platform. You knew he was scamming the whole time. But now all of a sudden, because he said F your platform and I'm moving on to bigger and better things in Hollywood and I ain't got time for you Negroes, all of a sudden you guys want to be petty and upset and call this Dusty Tribunal. This shit is dusty as hell. I mean, you know it's a scam. So again, the real reason behind this petty, dusty tribunal is because Brother Polight went Hollywood. That's why. He's the conscious community celebrity, and a lot of people are petty and upset about it. But they knew this whole time that this shit was a scam. Because I guarantee you, if Brother Polight would have stayed on 125th and Malcolm X in Harlem, or wherever he was at in Harlem, no one would be saying anything about it. You won't have this damn tribunal. But again, people got jealous and upset. Now all of a sudden they want to have a tribunal. Knowing damn well that this shit is a scam. It has always been a scam. And if you guys knew the minute you gave Brother Polight a platform 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago, that this shit was a scam back then. And now you're just upset and jealous because the amount of money Brother Polight was bringing to the conscious community through debates. I mean, I remember all these so-called debates that Sonnetter was supposed to be having every week. You know, he was hyping them up. People were hyping them up. Where are the debates now? Where are the debates? Brother Polight was your headliner. You lost your headliner. Now you guys are bitter. And everybody was making everybody in that little circle was making residuals off of Brother Polight and his hype. But now he's gone. That well has dried up. So that's why you guys are upset. Because Brother Polight has moved on to bigger and better things, even though I don't agree with it. And you guys are still stuck on 125th and Malcolm X. And when you guys call Brother Polight, he's like, F y'all, I gotta go kick it with Jack Nicklaus at the Lakers game, front row seats. And you guys are upset as hell. So that's why you want to have this tribunal, this dusty tribunal. Because again, let me repeat myself. If Brother Polight never left Harlem, you guys will still witness and watch and not do a damn thing about him and his scamming using this UCC correction status mumbo jumbo. You guys wouldn't do nothing. Like you didn't do anything the past 6, 7 years and 20 years before that. Because again, Brother Polight was not the first and he won't be the last. I guarantee you somebody in your guys' circle is doing that shit and charging people for it, and you guys won't say a damn thing. You guys would not take them in front of the tribunal. So come on, man. Stop with the pettiness. Just stop with it. Because you guys played along with the scam, and now that the scam is dried up, you know, and you got like American greed. You know what? This is an episode of American greed. That's what this is. This is an episode of American greed. You know, it says Brother Polight got on the people who he was scamming, and you guys knew he was scamming, but you guys were getting residuals off that indirectly, not directly, but indirectly, meaning, you know, Brother Polight would be on stage or have a platform, and then you guys will jump in, and then of course they'll be looking at Brother Polight, and they'll say, well, who are these cats over here? Oh, let's check these cats out. So you guys were getting the residuals off of that. So since that dried up, now you guys want to be petty about it. And to everybody that bought into this scam, you guys have to be smarter. You guys knew it was bullshit. You know, I do sales. And if a sales rep comes up to us and says, hey, I made $100,000 last year, show and tell. Meaning, we say, show us your 1099, show us your W-2, prove it. You guys are allowing people to tell you how to get land or real estate for free, and they don't own any damn land or real estate. Or can't prove anything. You guys allow people to run this scam on you, and they have absolutely nothing tangible to show for it. Nothing. You know, it's just what people have to realize, especially black people, there's no easy way out, man. It's not. Because again, if the shit worked, you guys would not be crying gentrification, and Dr. Ben wouldn't have died broke, and freaking John Henry Clark wouldn't have died broke. And instead of having tents selling, you know, body oils and incense on a tent, under a tent, or whatever you want to call it, booth, tent, whatever, on 125th and Malcolm X, you guys will own all the damn storefronts. Enough said. Follow me on social media, Diney Samir. Well, search for Uhuru on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, and Twitter. Diney Samir. Till next time, I'm out.